Hi, my name is Tyler Hembry, and this video is intended to satisfy the requirements for our fourth reflection over the mastery teaching trajectory. Um, First and foremost, I found the mastery teaching trajectory in the chart that was used to discuss and describe the various mastery goals for teachers to be really insightful. And I just learned a lot as far as it offered insight into myself and what I could be better in. And it really prompted self evaluation, which I think was the intended purpose of this assignment and of that reading. Um, as far as which area or which mastery technique I feel that I do the best job in my own classroom, I think that that would be the first mastery technique, which is starting where your students are. I think that the biggest hurdle for some teachers is being able to understand and relate to their students. Sometimes we get so caught up in knowing the content area and knowing what we're doing as educators that we forget to reach out an olive branch and to really try to build a relationship and to communicate and to understand our students. And that's essential. People don't learn well, let alone kids don't learn well when they don't feel a at least a respectful relationship, if not a sense of camaraderie or just a working relationship with the person who is teaching them. I feel like that in my classroom and in my teaching career, I do a good job of reaching out to my students, of building relationships that can be the foundation of their educational experience. I think it helps the students to trust me, to know that I have their best interests at heart. Some techniques that I use in my classroom that kind of follow along with what the mastery trajectory talks about. Uh, when we're talking about understanding the students' currencies and helping them to reinvest them into the classroom and get the most out of the classroom, I use a rewards based system a lot of the time for just uh, doing the right things, making good decisions, not just performance based, but it can be effort based. Like I said, just making good decisions, doing the right things, doing what's expected of you. And the rewards for that can be anything like technology time on their phone during lunch. It could be free time on the Chromebooks, which are things they really value. They really value that screen time. So those are some things that I do that I've recognized that they appreciate and that they will work for. So I try to incorporate that as a rewards based system in my classroom. As for the second prong of the question, which area, um, which principle do I think I'd most benefit from improving from? Uh, that was difficult to decide on, just not because I'm so great in all of them, but more so because the way the question was posed, which was, you know, which area would your students benefit from you improving on the most? After thinking about it and reading over it, I believe that my students would benefit most if I improved uh, in my use of feedback to help my students get better. I don't know that I do as good of a job of providing consistent and quality feedback to my students on their assignments. It's so easy to get swamped in the grading process and in the day to day grind in the classroom that it's easy to forget how important consistent feedback is and how insightful it can be for a student to realize exactly where they may be going wrong and what they're doing that's helping them, maybe what they're doing so well. So it can be useful as constructive criticism and also as a compliment, a job well done. So I do think that's an important aspect of the classroom of being an educator, and I think that's somewhere that I can improve. Overall, I really enjoyed reading over the chart, and it's something that was useful for me as self reflection. So thank you for introducing it to me.